Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It's another video where we have a bunch of different stuff going on. We start off with the Bish. The MiG-15 Bish-ish is actually on sale. It has a 30% discount until the 29th of August, and this is basically to celebrate the anniversary of the MiG-15's adoption into service. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at that vehicle. I'll give you a bit of a review. There's also a changelog that's out with some information, and a new gameplay trailer which has just been released by another Gaijin product which has a ton of interesting vehicles which we will see in the future in War Thunder. So, a bunch of stuff in this video, a bunch of stuff going on as usual over this last period of time. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this type of content, and also if you want me to cover, stuff like other gameplay stuff from the games from Gaijin to see how it affects War Thunder, make sure to comment and like the video and do all of that crazy stuff. Right, let's get into it. So the MiG-15 Bish, or the Bish-ish, is a BIS which has access to additional weaponry. It is a lower BR than the standard BIS, even though it has all of the nice attributes of it. It just has a bit of additional weight, which means its flight characteristics aren't as good. But this vehicle does have the Klimov VK1. If you compare that to the standard MiG-15, which is at the same BR, this one has the RD-45F. So the Bish is literally just a BIS with access to this stuff. And it also gets access to an interesting mechanic in the form of CCIP for the rockets. So that means the S5Ks, which pen quite a lot, are pretty effective. And also you have the S5Ms, which are HE, and also these big boomers, the S1s, which can overpressure a lot of stuff, which makes them quite fun to be able to use. But the vehicle itself, when it carries its ordnance, especially rockets, you can see it has something that a lot of other vehicles don't have. They're angled, very similarly to stuff like the Me-410s for Germany, and this makes them a little bit harder to use, depending on, if you are comfortable with them or not. But it also means that you have a unique ability to be able to fly over the target and not actually at the target, and be able to hit the target with these rockets to do quite a lot of damage. And that is really nice. And since it's at 8.0, since it's a lower BR than the standard MiG-15 BIS, then you can have a really good time with specific BR brackets with it. If you have the 8.0 lineup of the Soviets, such as these two vehicles, plus the T-54, and also the Shilka, you can have a really good time with this, and even at higher BRs with the rockets and with the bombs if you want to. It's also good in aerialistic because it's literally just a BIS, and the BIS right now is under-tiered because of 9.3, so it's at 8.3 instead of 8.7 where it should be, and this therefore is at 8.0, and therefore is a big bully. It does have quite an awkward weaponry that you do have to get used to, 137 and two 23s, but overall it really isn't that bad once you get it on target. The only problem with its flight characteristics is when it goes fast, its controls become incredibly stiff. So around the 1,000km/h mark, you got to be a bit careful because that can kind of fall apart. So that is something you do have to control, but between the 600 to 900km/h mark, there is nothing that can touch you with this BR. And since you stay out of that 9.3 matchmaking, you are very, very powerful. It is only rank 5, so you only can fully research efficiently rank 6 and below, but overall that's still very good for this vehicle. The Bish is in a fantastic place. I would highly recommend it if you can get it. So there was a little update 2.37.0.157, but it didn't really change too much. There was a graphical bug fix. It basically caused the impacts of fragments of shells exploding nearby to not display on ground vehicles, so that's been fixed, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. For game mechanics wise, there was a bug that caused the convoy on the southeastern city to drive under the water has been fixed. I've actually found a bunch of bugs in Aerialistic recently. AI planes spawning on the wrong side of maps, that's one of them, so they actually spawn on your side. And this is a two-factor problem, because first of all, it means that the enemy can just nuke your AI planes really quickly if they understand that they're there. The other thing is it spots your whole damn team, so therefore the enemy knows exactly where you are. before you even enter the battle, because they just spawn straight under you, therefore highlighting you where you are, which is just nuts. And also just a bunch of AI climbing mountains and doing all those standard stuff. So yeah, there's definitely a little bit of a few problems going on. And then for the Battle Pass, there was also another change. The shooting in akimbo style challenge can now be completed with vehicles from the battle trophy that's acquired at level 38, so basically the naval trophy, so the PT-658, MTB-422, Z-25, and TK-106. So if you don't know what shooting in akimbo style is, it's the classic thing that they do every time for the Battle Pass, where you have a challenge which is just using those Battle Pass vehicles. So now that they've added these in, it'll be a little bit easier to do, but also makes sense, since technically they are part of this Battle Pass's vehicles. So one of the important things for me that I think is good to do is to keep up with other Gaijin products and kind of see what they're doing. We obviously have War Thunder Mobile, and also we have Enlisted, and also just many other stuff like Crusade for WAD, and even Age of Water, and to see what mechanics they're kind of developing in those, or even just kind of vehicles, and seeing how they can be related to War Thunder in certain ways. One of the coolest things from Crossout, for example, that they added in was the animated profile pictures, which was super cool. And over the last little period of time, there's been a new game that has been developed by ArtStation and also Gaijin at the same time. It's a mobile game. It's going to be available for iOS and also Android, and it's called MWT Tank Battles. Now, we talked about the other game that they do. It's kind of like a naval air-focused one, but this one is based around ground battles, and they just released their gameplay trailer yesterday. So we're going to have a look at it. We're going to go through it. One of the things I will mention, though, is I don't even know if this video is going to keep up with the refresh rate of this video. Here, I'll just play this little bit. Maybe I'm just too old now, but just the amount of stuff that's happening on the screen in this bit, just watch. It's so ridiculous. Like, there's just stuff all over the place. My brain literally can't keep up. Like, I don't understand how people end up like looking at that and going, "Oh yeah, that's really cool, isn't it?" I just can't see anything. But yeah, so we'll have a look and see what's around. Obviously, you do get the T-54, I believe, if you sign up to its pre-bonus, the T-54E1, which is kind of cool. You got the Tungi there, and then you got the very new Abrams, the demonstrator. And then one of the things that I would like some help on is some of these vehicles. I have no idea what that one on the right is there. I have absolutely no idea. My guess would be some Chinese or Soviet vehicle, but yeah, no idea what that is. So if any of you guys have any ideas for these things, I would like to know, because I do want to kind of research these things, because since this is a co-development or co-partnership thing, of course, there's going to be a bunch of stuff in this which, assets-wise, can be used for other products, such as War Thunder. So, for example, a lot of these helicopters, you have what, like the Mi-24 here. It looks like you probably have an Mi-28. You have the K-50s, and then also the Z9. So, similar products. And then the Apache, and then some weird kind of stealth helicopter on the left there that I've never seen before. So there might just be like a ton of these different things, such as American aviation, which, you know, could be what, F-22, F-35, whatever it is, you know, the modern stuff that America's using, that will eventually come to War Thunder. So this could be kind of our first time where we see these things, like the Abrams demonstrator we just saw there, and the KF-51. Which is also in this game. So they've gone pretty crazy in terms of what they want to add. With KF-51s, you can see a striker like above my head. You can see some kind of Soviet MBT there. The H-1Z around the place. And then some weird Chinese stealth helicopter, as I said. No idea what this one is, but I do know a lot of nations are trying out this type of idea for a helicopter, or already have a bunch ordered, so not really too surprising to see it. You got the Sheridan. You have what is that vehicle on the right there? Can we keyframe it? There's a BTR here, just like chilling. But what is this thing? Is it a HSTVL? I think it might be a HSTVL. Yeah, it looks like it is. So HSTVL's in the house too. They're beating up a BTR of all things. Super rude, that. Hold up. What is going on here? So we have a Leopard ramming a some kind of Chinese vehicle, either the 99 or the 96 or the MBT, one of those. So yeah, just straight up going over it. And then missile silos, because why not? M60 in the house, always nice to see, getting bombarded by an Apache. Su-25 rolling in, hitting an Abrams, a Striker, and what is this vehicle back here? Is this the Japanese Type 87? I'm not sure. I have no idea what that is. And then that looks like a Sheridan again. Oh, we can't see it, damn it. Woo! And then, what was that thing? That was some kind of Chinese MBT, but this here, what is this? It's just a truck with a bunch of rockets on it, or missiles just pointing at a corner. I like the idea, just waiting for a target to come so you can smash it in the face. Of course, the Chinese kind of stealth copter idea turned out... Mate, right, okay. That was there for like 0.1 seconds. How are you even... Right, there's a blown up Sheridan, and... Oh, a Vickers Mark 7! Oh, Maverick! Yeah, how are you supposed to... Right, the frames of the Maverick, there are 5 frames. That's it. That's all you see on 4K. That's what's there. That is ridiculous. You're supposed to even see that. But yeah, so Vickers Mark 7, Sheridan, Abrams, Maverick, boom. And then another key. This is here for like 2 frames. Oh my god. Okay. Make that like 10 frames. So you got a Tungi. There's an M60 or an M48 in the background there. A Striker. And then what looks like a T-72. Oh, BMPT Terminator. Hey, there you go. So that's not in War Thunder yet. That could be cool to see. Then we have the K-50, of course. They are supposedly, according to the leaks, updating the model of the K-50 or the K-52. So that could be kind of cool. Some kind of stealth aircraft. Did that K-50 just shoot that aircraft? Is that what I just saw? That looked kind of ridiculous. Did he hit him with like a missile or something? What? Anyway, so we have more vehicles here. These look... So we got a Bradley... We got an MLRS. We've got what looks like a SAM. That's like an... Oh, is that Chinese 8-wheeled SAM thing that we had to look at in the past to the devs? And then what looks like the Makava SPH or something similar. And then I don't know what that's on the end. It looks like a weird Soviet MBT. That has 2 guns. What is going... Wait... What is this? This isn't that weird T-72 prototype, is it? Because, so before the BMPT Terminator was a thing, they tried a bunch of different prototypes to try and make it... Oh, that's that Soviet SPH. That's not the Sholef. So, yeah, it's nice to see that one. But what is this? It's obviously Soviet in nature. But... It's got, what, 257s? And then it has a machine gun, 2 machine guns above one of them, and then 480 gems? What? Because, yeah, if before the BMPT Terminator became a thing, they went through a bunch of prototypes, basically putting a bunch of weapon systems on top of T-72 chassis. But I don't think I ever saw one like this. So this might just be fiction, or maybe I just don't know. But yeah, then you go boom, 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 it's all around, ba, 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 ba. It's Abrams demonstrator time, shooting the Striker, and then you actually get some gameplay after seeing all of the crazy vehicles. So this kind of shows you what the game is going to be like, which is kind of generic, you know, tank air combat, you know, mobile game. You got the ZSU-57 there. You got what looks like an M60 and some Bulldog maybe over there, and then of course the Apache coming in. K-50 doing damage as usual. And yeah, you got drones, which is kind of cool. And look at that. Hey, do you want your fantasy of being a true artillery Chad? Do you want top-down mechanics in a video game? And I've been asking for it for many years in War Thunder, even though it would be a terrible idea. Well, guess what? It's now your time to shine. You can get a drone, you can fly the drone upwards, and then you can use it to target with your missiles. There you go. Isn't that fun? M163, T55. There was something else over there as well. Oh, it's that weird Chinese 8-wheeled thing. And then a K50. So there you go. Bunch of other vehicles in a line here. That is a 6-wheel. That could be the Huama or the PTL02. That's that weird dual gun T-72 thing. I really need to know what that is. That thing is so weird. Of course, the Terminator, Tungi, Sheridan, some random, very modern Russian aircraft, which I'm sure they've made at least 5 of. Yeah, it was a Bulldog, look. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, and then there's a 4-wheeled vehicle there. What is that thing? That kind of looks like an Orbal. There's also a BMP on the right. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in this game. It's crazy. Oh, amphibious operations. Let's go. Oh, boy. And then you actually have literal ICBMs. So, you know when you have, like, those people in War Thunder who just constantly ask for, like, everything in a game? Like, you know, you want access to ICBMs, you want access to drone-assisted artillery, you want access to crazy helicopters, you want access to all of these things? Well, here you go. This is literally the game for you. You can have all of the crazy stuff that you want and realize how broken and ridiculous it would be. So there's the demonstrator again, the Abrams X, and then also that weird Soviet vehicle. Looks like the T-90M's around as well. Ooh, MLRS's, let's go. Always hammering. Ooh, was that a T? That was a 292. Oh, no, it isn't. It's your boy Armata. They've even got the good old Armata in the vehicle, which has had quite a few production issues, but been quite fun to watch and read about and like see what's going on. But yeah, look at all of these assets that are around. Like, it's just insane to think about. Yeah, what is this? What is this? Mate. Oh, okay, so the machine guns aren't attached to one of the guns. They're actually in a top turret. This has to be some weird T-72 kind of deal. What a just insane vehicle that is. But yeah, so that's MWT Tank Battles. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in it. I enjoy looking at these gameplay reveal trailers a lot. You can see here that it is, you know, from Gaijin and also Artstorm, and they work pretty well together since they already have that one successful game. The other thing to just mention about this is, as I said, Gaijin are very good at kind of sharing assets across the board. So a lot of these vehicles that have, you know, decent models here, it really wouldn't be too impossible to see a lot of it in War Thunder itself. You have to understand that when it comes to Enlisted, Enlisted does have to develop their vehicles differently, but they still use very similar models, or at least, you know, vehicles from War Thunder, and then adapt them to Enlisted. There's no reason why a game like this, and also stuff like War Thunder Mobile, couldn't do the same for War Thunder itself. And when you see a bunch of these types of assets, and you see a bunch of these things in a game like this, it means, at least to me, that all of this stuff will come to War Thunder. And it shows how much of a bright future not just War Thunder has, but all of this like kind of genre of game. They're expanding consistently. They're trying to make more and more stuff as they go around. And I think overall it's pretty positive to see. More content, more games, and more fun for people. For me, that's grand. But anyway, thought we'd have a look at this. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to have a look. As always, look after yourselves. Peace be with you. I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecovo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.